Back in olden times, friends, there was a game called Transport Fever, and on YouTube there was a channel called Colonel Failure. And on that channel there was a series called The Mainline. And the Mainline set out to transfer every piece of freight on the map, on a mainline, around the map, jumping on and off at the stations and making a vast amount of profit. It didn't work. In fact, it was so poor that it ended up pretty much bankrupting the company. So I thought I'd try it again, because it went so well the first time. Let us start out with a general tour of the facilities before we get stuck in. It's 1875. The earnings are always skew with in the first year when you've made a custom map in the game. So there's nothing untoward going on there. You will see the familiar names of towns coming up. We're at the south edge of the map here. I haven't gone fully megalomaniac with the map size, because I'm very much hoping to be able to maintain frame rate on this one. Which is why all the towns that I've got, it looks like there's loads and loads of towns, but there's actually only it's actually more heavily densely, oh yeah, all of those things, occupied down at this end of the map. It spreads out a little bit further on. So I've just gone with a very large map, and pretty much all the towns, in fact, if we call up the town list now, you'll be able to see, because no development has occurred as yet. Come on, give me the thing. No, that's just to move the thing. I don't want to move the thing. I want to reach. There you go. Look. So if we look at the sizes, Mega City 1 is the only one that I've set as large. Then you've got 4 mediums, and everything else is a small town. This is not primarily a passenger playthrough. It is a goods playthrough, which is why we've got a lot of freight stuff going on all over the place. I even gave it a quick check, and you know I'm into it when that's the case, to ensure that I've got a reasonable share of all goods types and the manufacturing therein included in the map to get go. Anyway, here's the south edge. You've got Twin Peaks down there. You've got Raccoon City and Rapture, and New York is situated there. You've got Hill Valley. We've got a little bit of desert encroaching here, and there's Arakeen, because obviously the Citadel and Failurewood makes an appearance, and Miranda, Caprica City, and Erg Melonflex, which is up high, perhaps understandably. That one's going to be a mission to get to. Iron Forge, surrounded by iron. Yeah. No, I've put some thought into some of the placement. I did use random gen for quite a bit of it, but I did do some kind of specific placement here and there. Moss Isley, Royston Vasey, Castle Rocks, Los Santos, Minas Tirith is there, Zion, City 17, Los Santos, again, why not? It's the same place. I'm pointing at the same place. I haven't placed it twice. Peninsula lives out on a peninsula. Then you've got Atlantis and Pix Creek and Silent Hill and Gallifrey. Grazer Ridge is here, and Utopia Planitia, a new entry into the canon. There are Gotham and Bartertown, and all these kinds of places. The goal is going to be the main line. Now, for those of you who didn't witness the main line first time around, which I did in Transport Fever 1, the idea is that there is a single big track, right, multi-tracked loop that goes around the kind of the perimeter, well, the inner perimeter, let's say, of the entire map, hooking up as many of the different freight opportunities as possible, which are then also cycled out to the different cities. It's when I tried it last time, it was basically a recipe for bankruptcy, but my goodness, it looked good in places, because you end up with some proper big freight trains running, and it just looks absolutely terrific while it's running. And then you've got passenger stuff running past as well. It looks great, but in a practical sense, is it any good? No, not really. No, there are far more efficient ways to do things. But I enjoyed the look of it so much, I decided to have another crack at it. Because I think, given how genteel Transport Fever 2 is towards the economic side of the game, I thought, you know what, maybe it will work. Anyway, we're going to start with business as usual. It is 1875. I am currently running modless, but you can bet that that's going to change. And anyway, I need to start out with a little bit of food production. And I'm looking at it, I reckon. There you go. Farm, yeah. Food producer, yeah. Demand. Psh, easy peasy. We'll start out on the road to get... Basically, the main problem you have with the mainline approach is it is fantastically expensive to get all the tracks set up, and later on it becomes stupendously expensive to run the vehicles down it, because a lot of the time those vehicles are not going to be running full. Even though I will be using a Naffy's wagon or equivalent thereof in order to make this work. Naffy's wagons, for those who haven't come across the mod, they're basically a flat car-esque that can transport any goods type at all. So it's a little bit cheating. It's not cheating, but it depends on your... I mean, your mileage may vary. I always see it as a little bit cheating because it's easy mode. You don't have to think too much about what's going on there, and you just blat it on, and everything works out fine. But yeah, it is a little bit easy, maybe. But you have to use it on a route like this. Otherwise, you're going to be running a mixed consist that will be running 2/3 empty pretty much all the time, which guarantees that you're going to go bust. Good times. Right, okay, let's get set up here. We'll stick on freight, otherwise, you know me, I'm likely to place the wrong flaming thing. Let us get a quick freight stop here. Now, there's not going to be a massive amount of imagination deployed early on, but I'm hoping in this series to do a bit of decoration here and there to make it visually interesting, and moreover to make it visually diverse, so that you can tell the area of the map you're in because it looks distinct from others over time. Exactly how that's going to manifest, I couldn't honestly tell you right now, but that's the aspiration anyway. In terms of what vehicles am I going to run? Yes, yeah, whatever I fancy. As always, I will more than likely have a feel for... Sorry, a Chinook flying overhead. I will more than likely head towards using large American freight units for the main line itself. Honestly, you might not even be able to hear it, but it's all go out there. Yeah, it's what happens when you live in a town that's got a military base in it. And then, what? Yeah, big American freight. Those will be running the main line, but then beyond that, Bob's your uncle. I mean, I'll run anything from anywhere. But I wanted to start in the age of Steam because few things give you the same level of effect of watching Steam stuff go. But of course, later on, you're definitely going to want things rattling along at a relatively high speed. Oh, the demand here isn't exactly stellar, is it? If we bung it in the middle of town, we should be fine. Should be? Yeah. Okay, right, there you go. That's what we call couple of routes. Nice. Okay, yeah, let's get some route management up. New line. Now, I'm going to come up with... That's a bold thing to say. I'm going to attempt to come up with a naming convention that makes some sort of sense. Exactly what that's going to be, I honestly don't know, but we'll find out. Right, there we go. This is going to be right, Lower Hill Valley. Okay, well, I'll put a shortcut in there to save a little bit of travel time, because obviously while we're working with wagons, yeah, you want to save as much transit time as possible. You going to accept my my donation there? Add station, that station, this one here, right there. What have I done wrong? Why are you giving me the runaround? You shouldn't be. There you go. What's your flaming thing? It was just going. I'm not sure I can be bothered. I didn't miss having the autosave do its thing there, did I? I don't think I did, but you never know. Right. Okay. So that's the first route. What's it going to be called? Don't know. Let me stew on a naming convention, and we'll figure that out, and then we'll go this way, that way, to here. There we go. Right. Those are the two lines. I could also put a I could put a bypass in here. Actually, that would cut out quite a bit of the travel time. I think I'll leave it as is for now because that comes down to an investment in extra infrastructure, which I'm going to try and avoid early on. The only time that I always play on medium. I have no interest in playing on. Ooh, maybe you'll fail the game. I got to go. I don't want to fail the game, but I do want the game to give me a kicking if I overextend. So rather than go like, oh, you've got to squeak every penny for all it's worth, kind of go, yeah, I'm not sure I can be bothered with that. Right, okay. What are my choices here? We have, cargo-wise, we've got the European, the American, or the Far Eastern horse-drawn waggage. Waggage, yeah, apparently that's the thing too. All right. Well, what do you like the looks of? Well, we'll go with 5 on board, obviously enough. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing I meant to do. Hang on, just going down here. We're going to run at 4 times. No, we're going to run at we're going to run at a quarter speed to start with, so the years don't advance too quickly. Now, stupidly enough, of course, that has no impact on how fast you're going to proceed through the game until you've got an absolute ton of cash and are building left, right, and centre. Because all this does is it quarters the amount you earn, as well as the speed at which the game progresses. So it doesn't really do you any favours in the slightest. But hey-ho, it's all good. Right, how many of these do you want? Do pay attention. I'll go open with this because I feel like it. We'll go with 6 on each. So we'll buy these 6 and we'll assign the lot of them over onto line 1, which will come up with a name momentarily. And then we'll do exactly the same thing again for line 2. You could go with different wagons to differentiate them. Oh, okay, that's dramatic. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. There you go. Right, fling those over on line 2. Good. Now, they should be profitable. They're not going to make a huge amount of money because nothing makes a huge amount of money at this stage. But once they're free rolling, then we should have a good time. It's been a long time since I've watched the old horse and wagon effort coming out of my depot. So I'm going to take the time to watch the old horse and wagon effort coming out of the depot. One would hope that they would divert their manoeuvres so they're not all going up the same end, but I guess you can't have it all. No. Okay. All right, fine. We're going to go... Right, I've decided on my naming convention. We're going to go 4 letter codes for towns. I usually go 3. I think we're going to go 4. And line 1 is... Hill Valley. Okay. Which I think is going to be Hill V. Hill V. Yeah. And then just a space. Just a space. You sure? You do like a hyphen? I know I like a hyphen. No, this is Hill Valley Road. Let's set the transit type. So we'll go what? Road, rail, sea, air. Because we'll do all of it. We'll bang it all in there at some point. Hill Valley Road, yes. Food. Food? Yeah. Food. And then we'll go with production. Right. Production means it handles the entire chain. This is for my own benefit as much as yours because I don't want to forget it. Delivery is when it's picking up from a manufacturer and taking to a town. Supply is when it's picking up raw materials and heading to a manufacturer. Right. Okay. You going to remember that? No. Okay, right. So this one's going to M-R-I. Yeah. You know Hill V's got 5 letters in it. Oh, yeah, I'll take one of the L's out. You know what we could do? First 3 letters and then last letter. That should avoid duplication. Should. Yeah, it should. What about all the ones that are city something or other? I'll make a rule for that when the time comes. I don't expect this to be consistent, and you, who has watched this stuff before, should not expect it to be consistent. Are the Soviets attacking? What the hell's going on out there? I've no idea, but you know what? This could turn into a live piece of reportage that is picked up by many major news outlets around the world. So I'm going to keep going, just in case Just in case they have had enough of us and are getting stuck. Maybe this is some hostile trade negotiation going on. No, not hostile. Aggressive. There you go, that's a better word. Right, next up, here, yeah, let's do something similar, but different. Now, we've got an awful lot of oil here in Arakeen. I thought, oil in the desert, because you do. But I haven't got anything close to a kind of manufactorum going on there. Oil, obviously, is the sweet spot. Oh, look at this. 3 oil refineries right next to each other. How convenient, Mr. Mainline. It's intentional. I have made it so that there is the opportunity to actually succeed. You've got these 2 which you could run. Oh, you could run them down there. Yeah, but that's as far as it goes. You've got no fuel manufacturing nearby. Nope. Okay. All right. Fine. Keep looking. Is there a quarry anywhere near here? Because you like conmats. You like conmats. Does anybody else do the conmats? It doesn't really matter if they do, if you haven't got a quarry. I haven't got a quarry. Then keep moving. Okay, alright, okay, next. Yeah, look, the fuel, yeah. Oil to fuel. Yeah, oil to fuel. Have we got an oil well? Down here at Port Miggins. Yeah, I haven't got, no, you've got no end use. That doesn't work. Here we go. Look, stone. Yes. Conmat's plant. Yeah. Peninsula. Bit early to be making an extravagant bridge, as far as I'm concerned. No, we'll leave that one alone. What else we got? Food. It's a bit basic. And yeah, all right. Look, I do this at the start of every game, right? And that is I find a few low-hanging fruits vis-a-vis the old a bit of supply and demand action in order just to get things rolling, because the key thing early on is you can't get away with just having like one route. You need 4 or 5 routes, all of which are bringing in some change in order to make yourself profitable. Once you're profitable, then you can start being extravagant. Right, okay, so this is not going to pay off hugely because the distances involved aren't all that, but it will pay off, so it's worth it. Just not hugely, And what would be lovely at this time is hugely. So I guess that's not going to happen then, huh? Right, stick that on about there. Yep, good coverage. Right, okay, new line. Oh, I love setting out with new lines. From here, yeah, to there, yeah. To there. It's a doddle. To there. Stop fighting me on this stuff, you peasant. Right. I don't think there was a bit of road missing or anything like that. I think it was just fighting me, being a peasant. Atla. Yeah, that's good. Road. Yeah. Food. Yeah. Foot. Road foot production. One wonders what that could possibly mean. Nothing good, I'd warrant. And then a depot. Don't go mad with depots. No. They have a running cost, and it will not do you any favours to be splashing out on depots and stations left, right, and centre, because that'll eat into your budget as well. Buy some vehicles. How much you want? I'll tell you what, we might go with the Europeans here. Might we? No. I'm going to go back to me open top, and I think we'll go 6 on this as well. Those 6s I bought early on, nowhere near enough. I need to be doing 2-3 times as many to kind of maximise the money possible. But I want to spread it around a little bit so we start to get development across several different towns. There you go. Right, that's another one running. I want another 2, and then we'll call that Stage 1. What does that mean? I don't know, but it feels like a good place to start. What, with Stage 1 rather than like Stage 6 or something? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oil. Fuel. No real customers. Okay, all right, okay, that's fine. That's what the main line's for. What about here? Yeah, I've set this up as well. Look, we've got coal and we've got iron ore galore. Steel mill at all? There's one down here. That's flaming miles. I mean, you've got this coal mine here, but I plunked that in there in order to set myself a bit of a challenge. Okay, you sure the whole thing isn't just enough of a challenge to keep you in? Oh, hold on, here we go. We've got another food job. Down a failure wood. What? Bish, bosh, blunk. Yeah. You could go even further. You could use this one instead. No. We'll keep it simple. These little road warriors aren't exactly the most swift thing in the world. Right, from about there? Yeah. Eyeball it, slap it, smash it in. Okay, all right. Oh, we're going straight for the depot. We're going straight for the depot. Yeah. The other thing that is obviously easy money in the early days is a little bit of point-to-point passenger road connection between towns. Oh, maybe I'll do that as well. Yeah. I'll finish this one, and then we'll do a bit of that as well. Oh, it's nice to get some variety on the go early on. Well, you know, I keep it fresh. I try and keep it real. Right. And then, once I've got this bankrolling, what my aim is going to be to start mainlining as quickly as possible. I mean, it won't get very far, and chances are it will be passenger rail to start with, and then over time we'll add a freight aspect to it, because the freight aspect, I think I may have mentioned, is likely to run at a deficit most of the time. Either that or the time in between deliveries, pickups, will be excessive until I've put far too many trains on the whole shebang, and then it will be slightly different. Right, this is failure wood, which is going to be F-A-I-D. You reckon? Yeah. Look, stick with the convention while it's working. Well, Hill V doesn't follow the convention. Should be Hill Y. It should. Follow the flaming convention, man. If you're going to try and have a convention early on, don't break it straight away, and then you'll be solid. Yeah, I'm not sold on this. I think just a natural, you know, a hard vowel 4-letter abbreviation would probably do you absolutely fine. These are important things. I mean, if you're going to go with any kind of a naming convention, you've got to get cracking on that early. Otherwise, you're 3 hours into the game and you just kind of go, I don't know what anything's doing. And you go, no, it's because you didn't come up with a compelling name convention. You're on that. Right, good. And then I've got 2.5 million left. I'm going to say it because I say it in every series. A lot of this is largely for the benefit of people who don't tune into my nonsense on a regular basis, because it's part one in a new series, you see, and therefore you have to assume that nobody's seen any of this rubbish before, and you know, fill them in. So here we go. I'm filling people in. So I've forgotten what I was going to say. No, I've genuinely forgotten what I was going to say. Ah, interesting. Oh, no, I haven't. Right, okay, here's what I was going to say. If you are in the early game, right, you have a loan. All the money you've got to start with is a loan that you borrowed. Ignore the five and a bit billion. That was how much it cost to set up the map. But you are running a loan to start with. And therefore, if you are sat on cash, just kind of kicking around in your bank account, dump it straight into your loan. You can take it out again immediately, but if it's sat there, it's racking up interest. So you will flex your loan in and out and up and down a little bit quite strongly early on. Yeah. Right, now, is this worth having 2 stops, or shall we just go in the middle and get 100% coverage? I rather think you've answered your own question there, Tiger. Yep, I have. All right, okay, so that's Gotham. We're going to need a bit of roads to connect up to MCO. You can't call it MCO. No, I can't, because that doesn't follow the... No, I know it doesn't. It's going to be Meeg. Oh, you know what? We'll make it work. It'll be fine. All right. What's going here? Look, I reckon Mega City 1 can support having two bus stops in there, possibly even a third. Oh, no. Go with 2. 2's enough. All right. Okay. So we want a bit of street action. and then we'll roll up here. Now, when I'm placing new streets, I always tend to go with medium straight away, because later on you'll thank yourself for doing so. The main reason for using small country roads is if you would prefer things to be moving just a little bit more slowly. There are reasons for that, or if you're using them in a scenic fashion, that's perfectly acceptable as well. But go medium early, and you won't regret it any more than you would normally. Right, can I get another stop in here? Nope. Not without buying a bridge. What, you reckon Port Miggins? There must be something closer. Not really. No, these are all quite a distance apart. Now that's favourable, because it means we can run more wagons on there, and it means that they'll pay off higher when we arrive and stuff. But actually, we just want to get it moving as swiftly as possible. Also, this is a new type of route you're setting up here. Yeah, which is possibly just. Would you please? Why are you giving me the runaround? Thank you. You're making me be oddly specific with my with my station selection. There you go. That's that one, and then out to here. I reckon that'll be viable. What have you done there? Hold on. You go out this way. Yeah. Then you go around there. Then you're making it go around the other side. Right. Okay. Stick a second stop on that. That's an inconsistent format. Oh no, heavens to Betsy, mustn't have an inconsistent format. No. There you go, that's much better. That's why I built it the way that I built it. Okay, can you do something with these logs? Not right now. Right, give it a name. Oh, this one needs... this is... I decided it was going to be that. I don't like it. I don't care. To Gotham, which is GOTM, which is actually making somewhat sense. GOTM, city, no, wait, road, thank you, city, commuter. It's not a commuter. Commuters are it's road into city. There you go. Right. That's it. No, that's another. That's in. That's a thing. That's a convention. As of now, right now, immediately. That's definitely that's trains. I know you want the trains, but it's too soon for trains. That's the other thing. It's too soon for trains. No. Trains are just they're gonna bankrupt you in a hurry, because you'll only end up with one train. I mean, if you put it on a properly profitable route, you'll be all right. But it's far safer to have a genteel amount of income, just trickling on in there. Right, what do we reckon? Stagecoach or L'Aublisson? L'Aublisson. That's a 17 kilometre an hour versus an 18 kilometre an hour. More capacity. Speedier. We're going to go with speedier. I mean, 1 kilometre an hour, don't get me wrong here. I mean, this is not exactly breakneck stuff we're talking about there, but this will do. We'll bang 6 on that as well. Right, here you go. Get to work. And if you would be so kind as to do a bit of spacing, they will. They like doing that. Right, there you go. That's going to wrap it up for right now. Hopefully, we've had a delivery down here in the south. Where are we? Well, we can have a look and see who's carrying what. You're Road Vehicle 7. You've got 5 loaves of bread on board, and you are in profit. This is good. Okay, all right. Who else is rocking here? You've got no loaves of bread on board. You're a disappointment to us all. You, bread, and you, bread. Oh, you've already made a delivery. All right, you're not a disappointment there. Sorry, I called you out there unjustly. You're packing bread. This is all solid. Right, let's have a look at the scores on the doors as far as profitability is concerned. And there we go. We're in business. So all of my food routes are making cash. Excellent. I think I'll probably I'll probably double up some of the wagon runs that I've got going on, because there's enough demand to support it, and there'll be enough money to be made from it. I've been Colonel Failure, everybody. This series is going to persist for a little while. Exactly how? Well, is anybody's guess. But it's going to. That's a thing that's going to occur. I'm going to ride on board with Johnny Horse and Wagon here, just to Give us something visually arresting to be arrested by. Alright, okay. I might have over-gilded that lily a little bit, but hey, it's all good. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll be back soon with another one. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.